From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Friday, May 22nd, 2026. From politics reporter Arpan Lobo.
We're standing here today where we don't feel like there is a path forward. And I never ran to be a spoiler. I was trying to change politics, as Mayor Lewis said. I told everybody to get it. If there comes a point where I don't think there's a path forward, I won't continue to pursue it.
In a surprise move, former Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan is ending his independent bid to become Michigan's next governor. He announced Thursday, May 21st. His departure from the race is another signal that independent candidates face steep paths to winning statewide elections in Michigan. Duggan cited internal polling and, quote, networks of national party money, end quote, in an announcement to supporters sent Thursday morning. Duggan said in a statement, quote, if we were even in the polls and behind in fundraising, we have a path to winning. If we were behind in the polls and even in fundraising, we have a path. But we're behind in both. I no longer feel good about our chances to win, end quote. News of Duggan's departure from the race is likely a boost to Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, who is considered the frontrunner for the Democratic nomination, based on polling and fundraising. With Duggan no longer in the field, there's significantly less chance of Democratic-leaning voters breaking away from Benson in November. And historical trends favor Democrats. Typically, the party that's not in control of Congress and the White House fares well in midterm years. With President Donald Trump, a Republican, facing low approval ratings amid continued economic inflation and dissatisfaction over his handling of the U.S. war in Iran, the GOP could be bracing for a challenging race. Duggan, in late 2024, took political prognosticators by surprise when he announced he was leaving the Democratic Party to run for governor as an independent. He said throughout his campaign that voters were disillusioned with the two-party system and offered himself as a candidate who could bridge divides. But recent polls signaled an uphill climb. A Detroit Regional Chamber poll published May 12th found Duggan trailing both Jocelyn Benson and Republican candidates Perry Johnson and U.S. Representative John James in hypothetical three-way races. The survey also found that Benson was consolidating support among Democratic-leaning voters and independents, biting into Duggan's share, compared to a February poll sponsored by the Chamber. Also running for the Democratic nomination during the August primary election is Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson. On the Republican side of the race, former Attorney General Mike Cox, U.S. Representative John James of Shelby Township, businessman Perry Johnson, and State Senate Minority Leader Eric Nesbitt of Porter Township are all seeking the nomination. For more on this developing news, make sure to stay with Freep.com.
I'm Jenna Prestininsi for the Detroit Free Press. Summer is nearly here and tick activity is on the rise in Michigan. The CDC says the U.S. reached near decade-high emergency room visits for tick bites in April. The eight-legged arachnids will burrow into your skin to feed on your blood. Their bites risk spreading bacteria and illnesses like Lyme disease. Experts say black-legged or deer ticks are the main carrier of the disease in Michigan. You can reduce the risk of being bitten by staying out of tall grass and using insect repellent. Consider dressing in long, light-colored clothing on your next outdoor adventure. To learn more, visit Freep.com.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on Freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, and you'll hear more from us Monday.